And India, up to recently, has been able to take advantage of the fact that drugs were not patentable at all in India. They were not patentable. They made a policy decision going back to the late 60s not to allow drugs to be patented. And that worked for them very well. Right? In the same way as going back further into the past, some of today's leader countries in terms of drugs didn't allow drugs to be patented. Right? You have a sort of interest in being able to copy if you're able to actually do that. Right? In the last century before last, I should say. Firms in Germany and Switzerland were able to copy because Switzerland didn't have a patent law for quite some time, and Germany did have a patent law, but the chemical industry ensured they were involved actually drafting the law. They made sure that drugs weren't patentable, only the processes of making them. And India has allowed itself quite a long lead time to be able to do the same thing, and has used that time well to acquire the expertise. It wouldn't have been able to deploy so well if drugs had been patentable. Now they are, due to the TRIPS agreement, which you may have heard about the last speaker. Now they have to. In 2005, they did introduce patenting of chemical products. So India, the situation is changing. Well, India will probably adapt to this, right? It will affect the structural industry, but India will adapt. But there are lots of concerns that if India is no longer able to play that role of being a supplier of cheap generic drugs to developing countries, if it can't do that, or if its ability to do that is going to be phased out, then that is going to provoke already serious access to medicines problems.